Welcome back. If you've just joined us, we've been following the political developments throughout the day. There's been a lot happening with regards to SONA. We know it's in 2 days' time, but there's just been an announcement that's come through that SONA has been postponed. There was a media briefing that was held outside the parliamentary precinct a short while ago. This, of course, followed a meeting that was underway between National Assembly Speaker Baleka Mbete and opposition parties. And there was only one issue on the agenda, as far as we understand, for that meeting, and it was that there should be a postponement. They were asking the Speaker to get that postponement going, and she has announced that there will be a postponement of SONA. We've yet to establish a new date, but from what I can gather, Baleka Mbete says that it's become clear that it is unlikely that a joint sitting of the two houses would be uneventful if held this Thursday. And of course, we know that referring to the push from opposition parties saying that they do not want President Zuma to address the State of the Nation address on Thursday. They've been pushing for this postponement. Baleka Mbete just announcing now that there will indeed be a postponement. We've yet to get that new date. So let's get more now. Our political editor joins us, Sophie Mokoena, just to unpack this a bit for us. So we've seen this huge push for this postponement. We've yet to hear the new date. Just take us through why we got this push for this postponement.
You are aware that since last week, political parties have been very vocal that it's not ideal for the SONA to take place because of the argument that they feel that the judgments against President Jacob Zuma have given a clear indication that he has violated his oath of office. Therefore, they feel that he is not credible to address the nation. Indeed, there has been discussions in terms of how to handle this. Political parties, again yesterday, the spokesperson or the person who's representing the political parties, Bantu Holomisa, indicating that when they go to the meeting that was in Parliament, that they will ensure that they push that the motion of no confidence against President Zuma should be tabled before he addressed the nation. And clearly it was going to be a very, very difficult sitting because the political parties are united that they feel President Zuma is not an ideal person to address the nation.
What does it say about the powers that the Speaker has? Can she actually say there will be this postponement, or does she have to take it higher?
She has to consult the President, because remember, the President made a request to Parliament that he would like to address the nation. And therefore, much as there's an agreement that SONA has been postponed or it is going to be postponed, they will ensure that they interact with President Zuma to indicate this to him, because remember, it's not Parliament that decides. He asked Parliament, because he is not a member of Parliament, that can you give me on such a date, I would like to address the nation here in Parliament.
What will happen to that NEC meeting that we were reporting earlier, that this NEC meeting tomorrow is likely to seal the fate of President Zuma? What happens to that now?
Earlier on, the Deputy Secretary General of the ANC, Jesse Duarte, indicated that the meeting will definitely happen tomorrow evening. And I think these developments are an indication that now President Jacob Zuma is in a very, very difficult position. I mean, it is the first time since the dawn of democracy that the ANC as a ruling party in Parliament find itself in such a crisis where the decision has been taken to postpone the SONA. It is the first time. He has gone through lots of motion of no confidence, and now the postponement of SONA. These are all negative developments around the ruling party. And tomorrow, that NEC meeting is going to be very, very tough. And when you look at the current numbers within the NEC, clearly, if you were to use the balance of forces in terms of pre-conference, Ramaphosa has got numbers. And I think it is going to be very difficult for President Jacob Zuma. I can't predict the outcome, but it is going to be very, very difficult. And when you compare 2008, much as 2008, the recall was very difficult, but it was not so difficult where it even affected people who are not in the party. Now, postponement of SONA, it doesn't only affect the ANC. It is an issue that is going to affect the entire nation and all the political parties. It speaks to the chaos.
Yeah, and I was just going to ask you, what is this a win for opposition parties? What do you think?
It is a victory. I mean, they were vocal. You postpone or vote of no confidence before President Zuma takes to the podium. So it is a victory for opposition parties.
Absolutely. Okay, Sophie, thanks so much. Our political editor, Sophie Mokoena, unpacking that for us a bit. Breaking news if you've just joined us.